Hi, my name is Jeff and welcome back to my workshop. Today we are working on this Walthers Cornerstone kit. As you can see, this one is a modern water tower. This will fit nicely on the Arlington Heights Siding Metal Engineers portable layout. Our scenery chair hasn't figured out an exact spot, but he will, I'm sure. So let's take a look and see what's inside the box. We open it up. It's actually fairly simple kit. Looks like just two sprues here, one that has the two sides of the model, and then there's a second sprue here, so we can see the two halves of the tower. And the other sprue has the base, the door, a pipe that comes off the back side of it, and a little beacon for the top. This would probably be a good kit to light. You could probably stick an LED up there instead. If I were going to do that, I'd do that before I assemble the two halves of the kit. That way I could run the wires down and inside it as I glue it together. But I'm not doing that here. The instruction sheet on the cover, it gives you a history of the water tower along with some decals to decorate it as you need it. And also the instructions with an exploded view. So I started by removing the two halves from the sprue. And as I start to try and test fit this, I always like to test fit my parts, make sure they fit. That way I can adjust the fit if I need to do any filing. I can. I do need to remove the remnants of where it was attached to the sprue. My sprue cutter just didn't get close enough to completely cut it off, which is fine. Quick shot with a sanding stick knocks those down. So did that to both halves, and now we can put it together. There's a pin and hole system with pins on one half and holes on the other that receive those pins. Just put them together, and then we can glue it up with some solvent cement. This is Fowler's Super Expert. It's what I have on hand. It's also one of my favorites. One of the things I like about it is it has styrene dissolved in it, so it also will help fill any little gaps that are there. So I'm going to do the base on one side, and I'll turn it over once it sets and do the other. For the outside of the tower, everything above the base, the pipe going up in the tank, we're going to have to glue that from the outside of the model. Just want to hold on to this and let that glue set up a little bit. That way we can continue working with knowing that the base will stay together. And while I only showed gluing one side, I did actually glue both sides of the model at the base. Okay. Now that I've glued everything together and let the glue cure, we can take a look at it, and you'll see that it's hard to see on the white plastic, but there's a little bit of a ridge there and a little bit of glue that's seeped out, so we're just going to sand that down. I'm going to start with a 100 grit sanding stick to get that smoothed down, and then switch to a 320 grit and finish off with an 80 grit. And I just start at the base on one side, work my way up and over the top of the model and down the other side. Once we get through that 800 grit, we'll have a nice smooth finish ready to accept paint on the model. Yeah, with that sanded, we can get this over to the paint booth, and I'll give it a quick spray of blue paint because I think the blue will look nice on our layout. Okay, this is the blue I chose. It's a little bit darker than the sky blue that was used on our backdrop, so that'll help the model stand out. Next thing I'm going to do is glue the door on. If I had thought this through before I started, I would have glued the door on before painting, since I painted the door the same color. Again, I just removed the door from the sprue, sanded off the nub, and then glued it in position. Next step is we're going to work on the base. I primed the base with a gray primer. This is a Painter's Touch 2X gray primer. I think they call it a perfect gray. And it's a good start towards a concrete look, but it's not quite fully there. So what I'm going to do is, after I remove it from the sprue, and again sanding down the nub, any nubs that are left from where I cut it off the sprue. And you always want to cut these off. You don't want to, whether you use a sprue cutter like I'm using, or tweezer style sprue cutter, or even a hobby knife, you don't want to just kind of bend and break it off, because then you can damage the part. So I just sanded those nubs smooth. Just a couple of passes with the 100 grit sanding stick did the job. And then I got out some crushed stone acrylic paint that I picked up at a local craft store, and just sponged it on around the edges, just outside that ridge. I know a lot of it will be hidden, but I wanted to get the ramp by the door and the base where the pipe will sit. And then I also got the edges of the base, so that in case they show through the scenery work. Again, I'm going to test fit this, make sure it sits nicely on the base, which it does. And then we can take the styrene cement and run a line of it around the base, right near that little ridge that holds the model against the model, to keep it square on the base. Again, I'm using the same Feller Super Expert. One of the other things about this is that it's a paint that will, a glue that will go through the paint, and it'll still hold that in place, which makes it easy to use when you want to finish. You don't have to go to a CA. I'm not a big fan of CAs in most cases, especially when I'm dealing with styrene. And next thing I need to do is the pipe. And I painted it while it was on the sprue, and I used a pale gray, which I thought would give a nice look of a metal pipe that had been painted. Test fitted on here, and it fits nicely. I don't have to ream out the hole any, but I got a little nub on there where it was attached to the sprue on the back side. So we'll have to sand that off, and then touch up the paint on this a little bit. Again, I just sanded it smooth, and then when painting it, I'm going to use the same pale gray paint, but it's going to be hard to do that and hold a small piece. So I'm going to use one of my paint holders. This is going to be a bamboo skewer with a alligator clip on the end of it. This is great for holding small detail parts. As you can see, it keeps it out. I use it when I'm spraying, when I'm brush painting. Just get a little bit of paint on my brush, and I can touch up that edge of the pipe. And then we'll set this aside to dry. It won't take long with the acrylic paint. Now for the beacon at the top, I'm going to cut it from the sprue at the top, and then I'm going to remove a part of the sprue that was attached at the top. This will open up the piece so I can paint it on the sprue, and it's just attached by the part that goes into the tower. So I'm just using some red acrylic craft paint again, and just a dab of paint on there. And then we can set that aside to dry as well. And once that's dried, I'll glue the pipe in place by putting a dab of cement into the hole on the side of the tower. Stick the pipe in, and and then add a dab of glue at the base to hold the pipe in place there. Do the same thing for the beacon. Just put a little glue on the pin at the end of the beacon and stick that in the hole at the top. With that done, the model is ready to get a gloss coat and decaling and weathering, which we will be doing in our next episode. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Thank you for watching.